Well, hello everyone. Happy Valentine's week. Give you guys a moment or two to pop in here so we can get started with your weekly love message, collective for all signs. If you are new to the channel, please do hit the like button and subscribe. If you're here, please say hello. Hey, Jen, how are you? Good to see you. I love when people call me Kels. It's like such a nickname. I think I've heard that my whole life. I just love it. Hey, Nancy. Hi, Jareen. How are you? Guys, I posted a link here in the chat to, if you would like to check out my new channel, go ahead and hit the button, do subscribe. And so we're going to take a look at the week going forward for February 10th through the 16th. And so, of course, it's Valentine's Day. So we're hoping for new love, new love, new love. New love, new love, new love. We all need that new love coming in. Thank you, Gurpreet. As soon as our moderators pop in, they'll keep track of, who's up next and what questions we can get going here, hoping for a good reading as well. So as you guys know, well, if you're new to my channel and new to my live streams, the way it works is I do the first row of the person you may be dealing with or who could be coming in, and then the second row will be you, and then we'll take a look at an outcome, and I will pull a card from the Lover's Oracle deck just to see what the passion, the love energy, love message is for you. Okay. And all of the February, there's a February playlist. All those videos have been uploaded, and then there's a February bonus playlist. Okay. All right, we're all shuffled. Now let's take a look here at the Lover's Oracle. What is the message? This is a collective read. So if it resonates for you, it resonates. If it doesn't, then it's just not something for you this week. But definitely go over and check out my other channel. The link was posted up above here in the chat. Okay. Message, please. Lover's Oracle message for all the collective. Okay. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this particular way. That's such a great message because that really resonates for healing. And I know a lot of you are going through situations where you may need healing. And of course, the link to my channel, my second channel, might help you with that. Okay. So this week coming forward is looking at yourself, and it could also have something to do with, if you have a connection with someone, them taking a look at themselves. Okay, which is always positive because healing is about being accountable to self. And sometimes we get reactive in relationships and we act out and we react and say or do things that are just not in alignment with our higher self. Forgive yourself, heal, and do your best this week to be the best version of yourself. Okay. Tower fell out in regard to the person you may be connecting with, or we'll take a look. It's, mostly about somebody you're connecting with. This is, the Tower can represent Aries. Sometimes it's Mars energy for me. Aries could be Scorpio. So some of you could be dealing with this person, but what is happening here, a major shakeup is happening, going on with them. Whatever was or seemed to be on steady footing or sitting ground is actually it seems as if like there's a shocking event or something is just falling apart within them or within their life. Okay. It could be even in a more of a mundane situation where it's like they're having issues with where they live, like technical problems, like not necessarily technical, it'd be like construction type issues, like their house, there's pipes leaking, maybe there was a flood or something in their basement, or um, something that just comes out of the blue for this person. But since we're more here speaking about relationships, this feels more to me like this person is having like a sudden shocking situation happening for them. Now I'll pull more cards and then of course I'll clarify to see what maybe we could get going on with that. In fact, let me clarify that now. What is this shocking upheaval comes out of the blue for them? And it could have something to do with them needing to take a look at themselves. Clarity, please. Clarify the tower for the person that we're dealing with. Okay. Oh boy, 6 of Swords. So this could have something to do with the transition that's happening. Um, maybe they're realizing they need to leave something or leave a situation. But the 6 of Swords is always a card that speaks to me. Um, this is a transition that needs to happen. It's a fearful transition, and it's not an easy one, but it needs to happen, and it has to do with our thoughts and our way of thinking. So this person's thought process, or the way of maybe that something is exposed to them that they need to actually remove themselves from a previous way of thinking. Okay. Um, or something is being exposed to them. Sometimes this card can talk about travel as well. But with thoughts, it's more about communication and um, the mind. So it could have something to do with, I feel like whomever you're connected with, they're having some type of a wake up call, but it's coming out of the blue. It's not something that they're expecting. And it's causing them to transition their thought process, or, um, having those rigid beliefs. And it's a bit scary for them to get out of, maybe it was stinking thinking or negativity, because with the 6 of Swords, you can see all that water down there below representing um, emotional chaos, or a turbulent situation, and getting into a calmer, peaceful place. Okay. So let's see what else is going on with them. Okay, they're 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, this person is like, sometimes the 4 of Pentacles can represent like holding on very tightly, not being willing to let go, having like a block, deflecting, not being able to, it's almost like hiding some things, right? Not revealing something. And I feel like in relation to these other cards, um, they know what they have to do here, and they're getting this, they're getting this shock or this information, or something's coming to them. And I feel because of this card, this is all about them having to look inside themselves and kind of hiding it. I feel like they're not trying to let you in, perhaps, or let anyone in. They're just deflecting. They might even make a decision to not look at themselves and to just kind of like keep it moving. Whatever There could have been like an accusation that was made towards them, and it hit like a bolt of lightning, and it really destroyed them. And it's too hard for them to take a look at this, or they just try to get away from this situation. So there might be an energy here because, 4 is a number of stability, and it is possible that this person might be trying to maintain their sense of stability, and they could be blocking this to making some kind of a change in their life, to blocking to take a look at themselves. It might be just too hard. But of course, the 6 of Cups is here. So I feel like your person wants to have some kind of reconciliation. There will be definitely, there could be some Valentine's messages or acts of kindness from this person this week. But when it comes to this, looking at themselves in this shock treatment kind of thing that's going on, it's too much to bear for them. I feel like there's awareness, and I feel like they know that they need to make this transition, take this next step. They know. But this week, I feel like your person just wants to keep the peace. Yeah, because they have secrets. They're not ready to reveal things about themselves to themselves or to you. Keeping their secrets. Okay? Sitting back, watching and waiting. Trusting their intuition, trusting their gut about whatever they're feeling or whatever is going on in relation to this connection. So, keep your eye open for some type of reconciliation this week. Okay, especially with this Valentine's thing going on. I feel like the 6 of Cups, this could be reconciliation with someone from your past, but the 6 of Cups, it's kindness, it's sincerity, that kind of energy playing out. Let's clarify. Okay, King of Swords is here, so some of you might be connected to an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Okay. And I do feel like there will be some type of communication from this person toward you. But the King of Swords kind of just sits back and thinks it through first before saying anything. And so I feel like the communication that they want to have with you, I'm not seeing them actually communicating about whatever this situation is, but I do feel like they're sitting and they're actually thinking and they're reflecting. Okay, they got the message, they got the news, they kind of see what they need to do or what they don't need to do. Okay, um, but they're thinking first before they speak, because they want to speak from their internal core. They want to speak from like what's really going on within them. And so for now, there may just be kind, sweet gestures coming to you from your person. I feel like they don't really want to have some kind of like argument or fight. They're being very selective with the words they need to communicate to you. All right. And, but it's more important for them, I feel like, to be truthful than it is to be abrasive or coming at you for no reason. All right. But I do feel like it's a good thing because they are taking a look at themselves, as difficult as it might be, as difficult as it might be. I feel your person does care for you very much, with the 6 of Cups, and they do want to express that to you. But as far as whatever's going on with them, behaviors, thoughts, perhaps maybe the way they've treated you, um, or the energy just between you. Um, these are things that they are thinking about, but they're not going to be revealing too much about that. They just want to kind of keep things peaceful this week. Okay, so I don't know if this is resonating for any of you, but if you have a situation with someone and you're wanting to resolve some issues, I don't feel like it's like not going to happen overnight, but I do feel like there will be some type of communication, thoughtful communication at some point, so as not to like instigate anything. But there is an energy here of some sweet nothings, or trying to reconcile with you to keep the peace. Do go over and check out my new channel that I have. I posted the link here in the chat at the very beginning, and I'll post a link in the description box when the video is over. Check out the channel, and please do subscribe. I posted this channel so that to try to give you a bit more healing, to fill in the gaps where the tarot may not be servicing you as much as you need it or want it, for those of you who are here for that. All right, so let's take a look here and see what your energy is. Energy for the listener. Okay, you've got the Wheel of Fortune here. So there's a major shift happening in your life this week. It's time for a change. And that could have something to do with what's going on here. Maybe you're moving away from your situation or the person that you're connected with. Maybe you're taking a look at things in your life now, or taking a look at yourself, reevaluating. Okay. And this could have something to do with this shock. This person might feel like you are kind of like just moving away from them, but more in a mental way, like what do I want to say? How do I say this? Like pulling back your mental energies and really not giving too much thought to them during this week. All right, let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Yep. You guys are, either you suspect there was like another person involved with whomever you were dealing with in the past or currently, and it may have been heartbreaking to you, but I feel like what's happening here is you're leaving that now. You're getting away from that. Or you've had your heart broken, and it's time for you to like move away from this energy, right? So yeah, the Three of Swords, this can be like some type of heartbreaking communication as well. It might be time for you to communicate with this person if they've broken your heart, or if you feel like they have. It might be time for you to tell them, right? And maybe they didn't even know they were doing that, or maybe they didn't suspect that that was going on. But there's definitely an energy here of possibly no longer communicating with them because of the Three of Swords energy, or because there may have been somebody else involved. So let's see what else is going on for you. Okay, Justice. We have Libra energy here. We also have, as I was saying, Scorpio, Aries, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius. So yeah, you have two major arcanas: change, karma, being fair, doing what's best for you, right? Maybe you're taking a look inside of yourself, examining what is causing you to take the actions that you're taking this week. You're definitely trying to do right by you. You are trying to do what's best for you this week, and you're trying to be fair to yourself, and to everyone else involved. But you're definitely not sitting in this people-pleasing energy either. You know what's right for you. You know what's best for you. And the verdict is you're putting yourself first this week, or maybe you have been. Um, and with the Four of Pentacles here, I feel like if you're communicating with that person in some way, they may not be wanting to accept it. So if you're telling them it's over, it's done, I don't want to be involved in this connection anymore, they they might not take that very well. They might deflect it back to you. They might say you are the one that caused the problem, or they might just not take no for an answer. Let's clarify justice. Yeah, because there was some kind of deception. And some of you are sneaking away. Maybe you're not even communicating with them. Maybe you're just sneaking away and saying, I'm doing what's right for me. And I don't care what you think, or I don't care what you're doing, or, you know, um, maybe they're just always, putting it back on you, or accusing you for why things don't work out. And you might just be in this place where you're tired of explaining yourself, and you're tired of communicating. You're tired of your heart being broken. So I feel like you're not deceiving yourself, that's for sure, any longer. You're gaining clarity with the Justice card. You're doing the right thing. You're making things right in your life. And if you have to sneak away to do that, then that's something you may need to do. Now, not all of you. Some of you may just tell the person you're doing this. But if words fall on deaf ears, some of you may just say to hell with it and just go. Just sneak out the back door so they don't even see that you're going. Okay. There is an energy here too. I feel like if you were dealing with someone who had a third party, that might have ended for them. And they have seen, they've taken a look at themselves and seen how, them connecting with somebody else wasn't the answer. Okay. And they may be trying to reconcile the situation with you, but they're not revealing too much yet because they may not be sure that you would take them back. And some of you, they might be blocking that other person, but you're still heartbroken about it because you know about it. And some of you this week, especially for Valentine's Day, might actually get in a position of like, if you want to be with me, we're going to have to sneak away and elope or get married and make it official. So that's for some of you. All right, let's take a look here and see what else is going on. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Two of Cups is sitting under the Six of Cups. There's definitely going to be some type of coming back together this week. But I want you to know, I don't feel like it's going to be a throw ourselves back into this connection, right? You're not going to throw yourself back into this. They're not throwing themselves back into this yet, or you yet. Now, I know some of you are like, well, I don't want to be back with this person. Okay, well, maybe there will just be this element of friendship, because the Two of Cups does represent friendship. All right. Two people that come into agreement. But I feel like that's what this person wants. I feel like, they might want to try to, like, as I was saying earlier, keep the peace or smooth things over. You may just decide, well, we'll just be friends. And for those of you who get back into the situation with them, taking it slow, but expecting this person to do the right thing, and, sneaking away together. Your energy here is, if we're going to do this, we're just going to be completely nonchalant. We're just going to be friends. I'm not investing my emotions into this because I've had my heart broken before by others or by this person. Okay. So the Two of Cups does show agreement. It does show a recognition that that there are still emotions here connected between the two of you. All right. Um, and you may be willing to hear them out. But again, I feel like trust was broken with the Justice card and the Seven of Swords. For you, you may feel like there was deception and lies and a lot of sneaking around. And the best that you can do at this time with this person is to only be friendly, um, civil. But I feel like I do feel like your person does want to try to repair or mend things, but there's a lot of energy here of them looking at within themselves and you looking within yourself. So let's see what else the story plays out here. Yeah, you're in this place of just gaining your strength back. Okay. Strength is the Leo card. So some of you could be connected with the Leo. Here's the thing. When I look at this card and I see the infinity symbol, this is always a message to me that what goes around comes around. So it can be very karmic. And it's also a message that some of you feel like, well, here we go again. But you are staying in a position of power. Empowering yourself. It's not a position of power where you are trying to control the situation. It's more controlling yourself, keeping a handle on yourself. Okay. And you getting to choose, not based on how you feel, but based on what's best for you, how you want to handle the situation, if you even want to continue to be involved. Okay. Your best might just be to remain civil or friendly with this person. Okay. Now remember, this is only for this week, and this could represent a friendship, a family member, a coworker, or a lover. So it really, if it's not resonating for love, it could be another situation in your life. So let's clarify the Strength card and see what's going on here. Wow, you have the Four of Wands. So some of you are definitely dealing with a family situation. Okay, this could be a family thing. I feel like you're moving past whatever kind of disagreement or heartbreaking argument or situation. This week, you're definitely moving past it. And some of you are just in this position of, let's just call a spade and leave it alone. Now, for others, you guys are, as I was saying with the Four, seeking stability in a marriage, in a relationship, in a family situation, at work, whatever it is. You want happiness, you want joy. You want to be in a position to celebrate life every single day. You're not looking to be bogged down by problems. Okay. And I feel like, the person, if this is a romantic situation, they may not know that you have wanted to have this energy play out with them. And I feel like you may have communication with them for the first time and express yourself, be brave, and tell them, you know what, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. And if I'm not going to have it with you, I'm confident that I will have it somewhere else with someone else. And if that's something that you need to say to them, then perhaps that's what you need to say. But there definitely is going to be some type of This person truly finding a way to look within and really communicate very thoughtfully to you what's going on with them. And I can pull another card to see what, if any, communication may come through from this person. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. So you could be, as I said, you could be dealing with an air sign. You might be an air sign. We won't focus too much on the signs. You know who your person is if this reading is resonating. So let's see. Oh, I actually, excuse me, whenever I talk, I just felt the need to pull 2 cards. So now we have the Queen of Swords. Your person might have been involved with an air sign. Okay. And the Page of Wands, there might be communication that they were involved with somebody else who might have been an air sign. But this air sign in particular, I just feel this person, there was a lot of flirtation. There was a lot of communication going back and forth. I don't feel like anything really evolved with this person. Honestly, there might have just been exciting communication and maybe there was a bit of a crush. And they've been keeping that a secret. Okay, and this air sign again, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This might be what the communication is about. For others, if you are an air sign and your person is, they may communicate with you that they have a thing for you still, and they never really revealed that. Okay, and so the air energy may not be their sun sign. It could be where you both know you're both predominantly air in your charts. But yeah, this is how I feel. And I feel like this person is going to try to communicate with you and be truthful, but they're going to be very tactful and careful about what they say in regard to this because they don't want to hurt your feelings. But I feel like it's a little too late for that. Some of you may already know and you're ready to move on. And, you're obviously just going to, you're aware of the deceit and the deception. And you may just say to them, we'll be civil and have a friendship, but this is what I'm looking for. And, if that can't come about, I'm fine. I'm strong. I'm brave. I'm confident, and I'll find it elsewhere. So let's take a look at the possible outcome this week that may be occurring after probable communication and a bit of truth coming out. Okay, there's an energy here with the 9 of Wands, taking a step back and thinking about something. So, if they communicate with you, somebody here in this connection is just really been through the ringer. They have been on the mat. They have been in the war, in the battle. They've been fighting it. And, they're questioning, can I go another round? And if I do, I got to do something differently in order to keep this moving forward. Okay, I really need to re-strategize in order to win. And I always refer to this is my boxer card, my boxer in the ring. When 2 opponents get into the ring, they fight and fight, but they're also looking and understanding their opponent's ways and moves. And, you know, then they go back to their corners and try to figure out, how can I get this to happen? How can I make this win? I need to do something differently because every jab I throw or everything I do, they're catching on to it. So the element of like something new being done here, I feel like is going to start happening here. So, keep your wits about you. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a play tactic, but it's definitely an energy where you are sitting here like, everything that was done in the past is just not working anymore. All the deceptions and the lies, it's just not working anymore. Something different needs to be done. All right, the Empress is here. Okay. There's definitely going to be a new beginning and a new start. And for the females, I feel like this is definitely you finally seeing your value and your worth. This is Taurus Libra energy, finally seeing your value and your worth. Okay. And if you're a male listening, you could be connected with one of the Empress. Um, the Empress is good, 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 good. And she is like the mother of all the queens. She takes care of the babies, the animals. She's a humanitarian. She is never puts herself first. She cares. She's compassionate. She represents birth and fertility. Okay. She represents, you won't find the Empress being narcissistic at all. Okay. Whether it's you or the person you're dealing with. Um, she, for example, everything that she would post on social media has to do with serving other people or helping others. Um, You'll rarely see her, doing the selfie thing or posting pictures of herself or things like that. She's about others and she's the caretaker. Sometimes she feels very cancerish to me. I always tend to look at her like Princess Diana, very humanitarian. Let's see what else. Mm, and the King of Pentacles is here now. So there could be an energy of dealing with an earth sign as well. Let's clarify the Empress. Because something for you ladies, I feel like this person that you're connecting with, they don't feel really like they're good enough for you, right? You're the Empress. They're just the king. And the king, of course, is good always and older, but the king and the Empress don't generally go together. Let's clarify the Empress. Okay. So the Empress is she's sitting and she's patient and she could wait it out a lot longer. And so there will be an energy of waiting for communication between both of you and trying to figure out a new maybe way to make it work or fix the situation going forward. The King of Pentacles, I'm going to tell you, this whoever this person is, if they're re-strategizing, they might be thinking about giving you a gift or presenting something tangible to you this week in order to kind of like make up for other things. And that could be occurring around Valentine's Day or for those of you who have a birthday this week. This is not really, yeah, see, they're stressing about it. 9 and a 9. And this person really, in order to, not that the Empress is not materialistic, but the Empress will sit and she'll just say, okay, well, if you're going to, I'm patient. And if you're going to do this, you got to do it the right way, but I'm not going to tell you how to do it. You see my value and match that. And they might be stressing about how to get back in your good graces for whatever might have happened. But to do that, they need to also take a look at themselves and see where they may have caused the problems or the hurt in the connection. All right. So that's basically the reading for the week. So, definitely go over and check out the other channel. I will post a link in the description box below. This is my second channel to help you with healing from an abusive relationship and moving on in your life and getting better and getting well. For when the tarot doesn't fill in, and definitely please hit the like and subscribe button if you're new to my channel. I would greatly appreciate that. And then we'll move on to and you're very welcome, to the question portion. If anyone has any questions or like to get a personal reading, $20. You can look for the 3-month ahead forecast. I'll pull 3 cards, or just ask any question and I'll pull 3 cards for that. Okay. So I know the first one was Gurpreet. Thank you, Michelle. You're welcome, Monica. You're welcome, Mark. Okay. I have to look here. What are the Cancer man's intentions, feelings towards me and our connection? What do I need to know? All right. Let's take a look. Oh, Hold on a minute. I got to reshuffle. What are the Cancer man's feelings, intentions towards Gurpreet and the connection? What does she need to know? All right, let's see. All right. Okay, a lot of conflict. Oh, give me a second. I want to take a sip of my coffee. So there's a lot of conflict here. His feelings towards you. And he doesn't know how to get out of this situation. Or there's, I don't know. Do you guys have some kind of conflict, or maybe there's a lot of competition in this connection, in the relationship? Feeling stuck, trying to see a way out of this conflict. And that's what I feel like his intentions are when it comes to you, whatever the issue, whatever's standing in the way. He definitely feels kind of trapped, and he can't move. He can't get himself out of what he is currently in. He's stuck in something, and he's trying to make the best of it, but there's much conflict in connection. Maybe there's conflict in his own personal life. And I feel, though, it's strange. I feel in some way, Gurpreet, you give him a bit of enlightenment, or you kind of maybe help him with his troubles or his conflicts. And so that kind of thing. But I also feel like his intentions towards you, let's see. So I feel like he does want to make a genuine offer, but he just can't go the distance at this time. That's how I feel, because of whatever's the situation that he is currently in right now, whatever that might be. So any offer or genuine giving that he gives to you, I feel like it's solid, and then he means well, but he's not, rushing out on his horse to chase after you to prove anything. His basic thing is, his energy here is just to sit back, and if you're interested, I'm here, but he's not rushing forward. It may even feel like he's reversing or delaying, but I don't really feel like he is. I just feel like he doesn't want to go forth and make any huge declarations towards you because of whatever situation he's in, and he can't commit to anything. Although his intentions are good, and the Knight of Pentacles is, of all the knights, the best one to get, because he's slow moving and he builds trust. Okay. Do I see a third party? I don't. I don't see anybody else. There is conflict, and I'm not exactly sure. It could just be like a lot of competition at work. He may have work issues, or there's family conflict, or whomever's in his life, there's conflict regarding that. Okay. I don't see anyone in particular. I just feel like he's trying to see his way out of this, but he's not really taking action to get out of it. He's more or less trying to become more enlightened about how to get out of this situation with the Hangman. So this is Piscean energy here. Yeah. But I do feel like his intentions towards you are good, but I'm not seeing any romance here. So I don't feel there's like romantic intention anywhere within him, like not even towards anyone else or with you right now, because I feel his situation is that he doesn't really want to be that way with you because he can't back it up. But he does try to offer something There may be like an offer to go out somewhere to meet or to travel of some sort going forward. But it's mostly just I think it's mostly just intention. It's not really communication that he'll communicate this to you. It's mostly just his intention. And if personally, intentions don't mean shit, Great, you have good intentions. It's like, it's like someone who commits a crime, but then says, well, my intentions weren't to not commit the crime. Yeah, but you committed the crime. So, that kind of energy. Yeah, definitely need action to back it up. So all the good intentions in the world won't do anything. They don't change anything. Good luck, Gurpreet. All right, let's see. We have Michelle. You're welcome. Is she still here? There she is. Will I meet with Raphael in March? I'll be in Hong Kong and Paris, and our itineraries may overlap. January meetup didn't happen. I almost didn't understand why he won't make any moves. Oh, that's strange. January. Oh, wait. No. January meetup. All right. Let's see. Taking a look at March for Michelle. Okay. Oh, I wasn't really zoned in. All right. For Michelle. Will Michelle meet up with Raphael in March? Oh, so 2 of Cups. Looks like there will be a meeting. A coming together. This might even be at like the end of February. About March. It could be like February, like 28th or 27th or 22nd, like the last week of February. So it might actually, I would still consider that March, Michelle. Yep. And look, work, putting in the effort to do that. He must have been detained or something and distracted, or distracted by work. Why did I say Mark? Who the hell's Mark? Am I channeling someone by the name of Mark? Oh, wait, we have markers. Maybe you're going to meet Mark. So, yeah, this definitely will be like a meeting up for a work thing, during a work thing. But I'm feeling like the end of February into March. Oh, King of Pentacles. Look at all these pentacles. So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, but this is just an energy of like being very focused on work. But I do feel like you'll meet up for you'll meet up for drinks, you'll exchange, you'll have good communication, Oh, there's that man with his menu. Looking down at the menu. Maybe he'll be in the kitchen. Actually, weird. This might be meeting up and him making you dinner. This might be like, I don't know if there's like a hotel or something that you can get where there's like a kitchenette or something, meeting for drinks and then going back to like, if he's in like a hotel that work pays for or something where there's like a kitchenette, going back there and him actually like making you dinner. That's what I'm feeling. Is the meeting just once? Oh, he owns a restaurant. Where's the restaurant? Because I feel like it's going to be in like a place I'm feeling his, which is why I was saying like a hotel or like a room or something. Okay. So, yeah, it's going to be, at, like or he has, like I can see where if he's coming across as the King of Pentacles, he's not cooking. So, somebody, like, in the kitchen cooking up, putting something together for you guys. So, it might be, like, at his restaurant, but he spends quite some time in Paris too, so I don't know. Well, wherever there's, like, food, that's where I feel it's gonna be. Yeah. So, yep, definitely sometime the end of, like so meeting once? Oh, just seeing that right now, yeah. Just, this is, like, a very informal, friendly getting together and spending a little time. So, it's good, though, because this is 2 people being, like, in exchange on the same page, understanding each other, um, exchanging their cups to one another, exchanging their emotions. So, it could definitely keep going, but, meeting up more than once is that's really gonna be up to you. Because I don't know, you may not even feel a spark. I think you have to kind of feel a spark first, right? Like, I don't wanna say you're gonna meet up for the second time and then you're not interested in meeting him. That just wouldn't, it's okay. So, yeah, wherever there's food. You're welcome. Did anybody else make a payment that I haven't seen yet? Oh, there's Jennifer. Awesome. Thank you. Do you see new love coming in for me or someone from the past? All right, let's take a look. Someone new. If you can use the PayPal link to make a payment for a reading, I would appreciate that a lot more. If you're unable to do that, I understand. And you can use the super chat. So let's see for Jennifer. Do you see new love coming in for me or someone from the past? Ooh, I see a lot of passion. A lot of passion coming in. Could be a fire sign. There's a potential new start here. Oh, okay. Is I guess Noosey's not here today or any of the mods. They must have forgot me. Let me see if I can put that in. Hold on, Jen. Okay. Did that work? Can you guys click on that? Hopefully that link worked. All right, Jen. So there's a potential new start here. And hold on. 2 semicolons. Oh, my bad. Let me do it again. My brain today. Two semicolons. I thought it was one semicolon. HTT semicolon // PayPal.com / Moonpie Tarot / 20. Oh, okay. My phone does like this automatic, um, you know, caps thing. All right. Did that work? Hopefully it did. All right. Back to Jen. Are you still here, Jen? Sorry. All right. So potential new start. Very passionate new beginning happening here. So let's see. Let's see if this will show us if this is someone from your past or someone new. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. And the Four of Swords. I feel, I'm going to tell you, and I don't see the past returning, but what I feel is, like I don't have a card that shows the past is returning, but what I feel, Jen, is this is a Leo. So if that's someone from your past, then perhaps. If not, this could be somebody new coming in. Okay. And you might meet this person. I'm feeling like do you go to coffee shops or a place where there are like a cafe that has books or a restaurant that has a lot of books, right? Or in a library of some sort where it's a place that's really quiet. It's usually quiet, when people are reading, right? It's just an element of quietness. It could be a bookstore that has like a what do I want to say, like a Barnes and Noble or something like that, or a restaurant or something that's very quiet where there are I'm just feeling like a lot of reading materials. So yeah, it feels like a Leo. Excuse me. And there's just like the Ace of Wands. Um, there's just like some growth. There's like a crush or something along those lines, like a potential spark begins and it feels, you feel that fiery energy. Okay. Um, and something, this might be a place that you don't normally go to, but the message here is go there, make that change, make a shift, do something different. Okay. So I'm not seeing like somebody like actually coming in out of like they're not dropping down from the sky at your door and saying, "Hey, let's get married." It's not like that. It's more like the potential is there for you in this particular place that you have to like travel to and go to, and that's where it happens. So this week, um, gosh, and I'm just seeing now it can even be like uh like a Hallmark store or a place where you go and you buy cards for like cards. The aisle is quiet because everybody's reading. It's something to do with like reading something where it's kind of quiet and it's peaceful. Okay. It could also be in like a church too, right? So I don't know if you're like part of a church or a community type of a place where there's like, hymns in a book or a Bible or whatever, something along those lines, where it's just a place that's really quiet and there's a lot of reading being done. That's where that potential spark happens with somebody, and I feel like a Leo. So, this week going forward or and moving on at some point, um possibly April. Okay, from now until April, this energy begins to manifest for you in your love life. But it's about you, seeking that potential and making those changes. And the Wheel of Fortune can represent like travel or getting in your car or getting on a bus or a train or, whatever it is, to go to wherever this place is that holds interest for you. I feel like that's where the potential is for, this new love growth for your life. Unless this is someone from your past, but I don't feel that really strongly that there's like a Leo from your past that, if there is, that you would even really want to reconnect with. I hope that makes sense. Oh, you're still there. Okay. Yeah, it's very interesting. I'm wondering too if there's like university or school, or like a cafe on a university or at a school or something, also where it's pretty quiet, where people go to study. It could be there too. And also, I'm feeling like Bible study. I don't know if you go to Bible study or, wherever, or some type of like group that you're a part of or something where it's quiet and everybody's like reading, or there's reading, either reading from a book or just reading in general. So the key words: potential new passionate start with someone, um, in a quiet place where there's reading. Okay. Um, in a peaceful place where there's reading. Those are the key words. So with a Leo. Perhaps I'll meet him at the library. Do you go to the library? That's what I'm feeling like. A place where there's books. Look at all those books, reading materials, where it's quiet. I have a research paper due soon. Okay. Well, get on it. Kill two birds with one stone. Get that research paper done and meet the love of your life. Okay. So, does anybody else have any questions? Deep reading. Let's see. New guy I met once last month on his way to me for visit. Oh, well, congratulations, I think. No, but I was planning on going. Oh, okay. Here's the link to my new channel. If you guys don't mind, go ahead over and check that out, and give it a like, give it a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. I'm trying to get some messages out for those of you who are just healing from a difficult relationship in your past and really just trying to move on, to the point where maybe tarot is not really fulfilling it for you. Okay, so I've been on for like an hour. Is there, let's see, go back and see what maybe I've missed. Oh, that moon. That moon was so gorgeous last night. Okay. So Let's see. Yeah, it was. It was just so amazing. I was sitting last night watching it, and I was outside, and it was a little hazy from where I was. There was a lot of cloud cover, but it was just so bright. My gosh, like a big star. For real. So, how's everyone's week been? What have you guys been up to all week? Anything exciting? Anything new happen for you? Snowy here, so just writing. How much snow did you get? We haven't seen a lick of snow. I think there was just like some flurries. That was it. You did not get 7 inches of snow. Are you serious? Oh, well, that's right. You're in Colorado. Wow, I can't even imagine. Deepest yet. Yeah, that's crazy. Finally got my second job interview invite on upcoming Monday. Congratulations, Say Cheese. That's amazing. I hope you get it. Saying prayers for you. What is the job? If you don't mind me asking. Mark says Shadow of Pikes Peak. Pikes Peak sounds familiar. I've heard of that. Is my Pisces finally going to commit or keep entertaining other females? Heartbroken over here. Oh, telemetry. Very cool. See if I can post the link. I'll have to redo it. I should have copied it first. It's kind of hard to do it from your phone. Oh. If anybody would like to get a personal reading from me, I will post the link here. Give me just 1 second. I don't have any moderators today. Oh. All right, I think this will work. So if anybody would like coming in, if you would like to get a reading from me, just click on the link that I've just posted and I will pull 3 cards for your question, or we can do a 3-month look ahead forecast with 3 cards. So we'll look at from now, this date, February through March and April, to see if what's coming in for you. The sight of the moon, to me, a beautiful sight, the moon and me, there I find my place to be, thinking of day. Mark, you should write cards, Hallmark cards, or inscription in, cards. So many positive changes since I blocked negative exes from interfering repeatedly last year. That's so awesome. That's what happens when you let go of that negative energy. You just open yourself up to those blessings. They come. They definitely come. Only with healing. Only with healing. You have to heal first before You can open up those doors again. And, sometimes healing is just a matter of forgiving the person and forgiving yourself. But forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It just means I forgive you for the things that you've done. Maybe you didn't know what you were doing, or maybe you did. Either way, you are a child of God, and He will take care of you, and He will take care of my blessings and what I need and me, because that just releases all of that anger so that you could be at peace. No, this is not a free reading, Raven, dear deep. I never give free readings. So there's a link up above. You can click that link and make the payment, and I'll give you a reading. But otherwise, the free readings that I have are the uploads on my channel, but they're not personal, they're general. See, I don't say cheese. I was just talking about healing. That those blessings come when you get your healing in, you get your independence back, you living that good life, right? And there it is with the Ace of Cups, because this is not only, this card represents more so like potential new emotional developments in your life. And that could be anything. So that anything that gives you a fresh new start on an emotional level, where it's a gift from above, like new birth, a wedding, all blessings is the Ace of Cups. Receiving those blessings. Sometimes if you've been in a bad relationship, you just need to get single and get on your own and build yourself up. Look at all the stability she has. Build up her fortress, not to block people out or keep from people coming in, but getting in a place of stability, rethinking, male or female. You have to have a firm foundation, and taking your time to be by yourself. And, because so many people just go in and out of relationships, one after the other, because they're always searching. I call people like that, they have a restless heart, and they are never satisfied because they're seeking perfection. So they have a restless heart, and they're constantly looking for someone to fill those voids. Hello, Kelly, and beautiful souls of the room. Well, hello, my dear. It's good to see you. And that is what my new channel is about, for those of you, like I said, who have been in difficult, abusive relationships. Where the cycle keeps repeating. And the reason the cycle keeps repeating is because there's a lack of self-awareness. I mean, if you've been in an abusive relationship with someone, it's not so much about them as it is about you, and why you keep allowing it to happen, why you keep allowing the cycle to continue, right? You can break the cycle at any time, but you have to have self-awareness. You have to take a look at yourself. What is it about you that keeps either needing to have this? Is there a chasing energy within you that you feel like you need to sometimes people get into abusive relationships because they have unfinished business from their past. There's a situation that they were not able to control, an abusive situation, and sometimes they repeat these cycles with others and attempt to control the situation, but it never works out for them. Yeah, right. So, like, for example, if you were raised by an abusive parent, or saw your parents were abusive, or you had a sibling, or your parents sided with an abusive sibling, or things like that, or it doesn't even have to be family. It could be like an environment that you were surrounded by. What happens is you were never able to resolve the conflict, and you just became kind of like a punching bag of abuse and never able to really solve that conflict. And so what happens is that just gets put away and it lays dormant, but it changes you, or it changes the person. And then relationships or situations that you get in going further, you get into these and then repeat that cycle, or recreate that event in some very strange type of way in order to get control of it so that you can resolve the conflict. But the problem is that you don't resolve the conflict that way. The solution is to remain pulled back of the energy and get that healing within yourself, and forgiving yourself and forgiving those who have hurt you. And for me, really letting God into my life, for others, letting God, because there isn't a person on this planet who has not felt some type or level of abuse, whether it was, physical, verbal, mental, emotional, um, racial, economic abuse, whatever it might have been. And people are just constantly perpetuating these abusive cycles over and over and over in order to gain control over their past situation, but that situation's over and it's gone. And this is why sometimes you will see somebody who has dealt with this go in and out of connections with people or relationships or situations, because they're just recreating, trying to gain control of it. So unfortunately, that sometimes is what causes narcissistic abuse, right? Um, and if you guys know that the situation with the narcissist is that they have a split that's going on in their brain. This is why I've created this new channel, to just begin to talk about those things. And the narcissist has that split where they've had two elements coming at them from two different sides. One side degrading, abusive, harmful, verbal abuse, emotional, physical, constantly at them. Neglect, withdrawal, silent treatments, all of that stuff. And then you have the other side that was praising, adoring, loving this person. So they're getting these mixed messages constantly. And when they're young or in their developmental years, and then they begin to suffer from a split in their personality. So they feel a sense of entitlement, that because they've been told how great they are, but at the other side, they hate themselves because they've been told how horrible they are. And they're constantly bouncing back and forth between the two. They believe they're so great and so entitled. Um, they actually recreate and act out these behaviors with others. Yeah, toxic energy. And, being in a relationship with a narcissist, what happens is that the person who is healthy going in, there's toxic addictive type behaviors that evolve from that relationship, and the person on the other side who's on the receiving end of the abuse also becomes addicted. So then you've got these two people who are just feeding off of each other and bouncing back and forth. They also hurt people enough so the person takes on those traits until they see the truth of what they have become. Then when they heal, they see a better way to be. Absolutely. That's why, Mark, there's so many people, and you're right, King. Yes, narcissists are codependent completely. And that's why you see so many people they'll they'll listen about narcissistic behaviors and abuse, and then they'll start questioning themselves. Well, maybe I'm the narcissist. Well, no. Well, yeah. I mean, in a way, because but you're not. If you've never had those issues, then you're not. But you have picked up narcissistic traits from your abuser. The only way to fight back, that you've picked up what I call survival traits. And you can't function in an abusive relationship with a narcissist unless you become narcissistic in some ways. But everybody has narcissistic traits. It's not, we have to have them, but then there's the malignancy, right? So, yeah. So, you know, that's, if you're ever asking if you are a narcissist, you're not. Because a true personality disordered narcissist will never even consider them to be that way. They'll never even think about it. In fact, some of them even gloat, and if they think they are, they enjoy it because it's a power move and it's control. But I will say, if anyone ever has a question, people are always looking for signs. Am I in a narcissistic relationship? Is this person a narcissist? If you're questioning it, the answer is in the question. If you're questioning it, then yes, they are, to an extreme form. That's so true, Mark. Then we lash out as we have seen, then hate ourselves for our behavior. Yes, because that's really the only way to function with a narcissist. You begin to take on the traits of the narcissist in order to function in that relationship. Yeah, you become them. You do. The longer you're with them. I used to say, because I was in a 10-year marriage to a covert narcissist, and I used to say, before I even knew what narcissism was, I would say, he's the type of person who will stab you in the back and hurt from the pain, even though he would jab the knife in. He would hurt me and then play the victim. And that's what, especially, all narcissists, overt, covert, they all vacillate between the two. But more covert types are more introverted or more shy. Doesn't mean shy people are narcissists, but they play more of a victim role in order to manipulate and control. Yep. So I always see, like, there's this whole witch hunt after these narcissists. But I mean, honestly, the key to healing is to take looking at yourself. It's not about the narcissist. It's about us. It's about what we do and don't do. It's about how we are. It's about acting in our relationships, not reacting, right? Because we can become codependent on the narcissist, because what happens is, there's an addictive quality to the relationship, and then we begin to start feeling like we need that person, like in an addictive way, because of all the love bombing and all the praise, and it's just like dangling a carrot to someone who's hungry, and you have to ask yourself, because people say all the time, well, I attract narcissists. No. And yes, you attract all people, but you're choosing to hold on to the abusive ones. And that's where the question is, why? Why am I choosing to hold on to these particular people? That has something to do with you, and I'm not victim shaming. There is a possibility that it has something to do with you, or something that you have become because of what the abuser has done to you. Because there's a lot of people who come from very healthy backgrounds, and they get turned around being involved with these types of individuals. But it's always about, self-awareness. No one can control you unless you give them control. That's why awareness is key. That's right. No one can do anything to you unless you give them permission. And the only control The only power we have is over ourselves. We don't have any power over the narcissist. We don't have any power over our abusers or an abuser, only over ourselves. We have no control. We don't even at times have, for me, it's God's always in control. I have my will and I make the decisions I make going forth, and I suffer the consequences or the rewards. They use guilt and shame as a weapon. Oh, they use all kinds of stuff as a weapon. Guilt, shame, triangulation. Sometimes they'll just, it's all magician tricks, magical thinking, guilt, shame, triangulation, love bombing is a weapon, neglect, silent treatment is a weapon. It all, whatever comes back to them. And it's a shame, that's why for me, when I was married to my narcissist, I had to forgive him because I know where he came from and I know what happened to him. And it's so sad. It is so sad that the people in his life did what they did to him. My heart aches for him. However, I'm not attached. Do you know what I mean? And when I've been involved with other types of people like this and I've gotten to know them, I know where it comes from. Right? I know, and I just pray that they'll find healing. Because believe it or not, there's this stigma that narcissists can't change. But I believe that God's power is so strong. And I believe that he's a miracle worker. And this is for me, not everyone else. But I believe that with God's intervention and miracle and light, I do believe that he can heal people. I do. Is one card backwards in your deck? This one? It's true. My Prince Rocky cat, my ex had a bad life, but it wasn't right to be treated that way. No, you're absolutely right. I mean, I can forgive and I can see why and I can understand, why they're like that. And not every person, Mark, this is judgment, self-awareness. And not every person who has a bad life becomes narcissistic, because bad life it's on such a spectrum, but there is a malignancy. Now, like as far as psychopaths, there is, God performs miracles, of course, but with psychopaths, I believe there's like something missing in the brain. That they were born without a certain something. There's a big difference between sociopath and psychopath. Sociopath definitely, I believe, has something to do with like society or people or social upbringing of some sort that makes them pathological, which is what I feel is what they're meaning by narcissism. And again, it doesn't have to be from family or parents. It could be from like, environment, it could be racial, it could be socioeconomic discrimination, like constant long-term things like that. That's Mr. Psychopathic to you. Since he is 49, I don't think he will be able to have a healthy relationship. Well, maybe not. Narcissistic individuals definitely get worse as they get older. They become more bitter and more abusive if they don't seek some type of treatment. But the thing is, their narcissism will not allow them to seek treatment because there's already this hate infused within them. They can't bear hating themselves, so they have to build themselves up and believe like this false narrative. It is quite a task for a narcissist to go in and get some healing, because the hate is just, it's almost as if their self-entitlement is a protective measure. right? Because they're too narcissistic to kill themselves. It's just such a mess. And I have to say, I don't believe every single person is a narcissist. I think that narcissism is on the rise with the use of social media. Definitely. I see people posting pictures, selfies all the time. And I just look at them and I think, what is the point? What is the purpose? Why do we need to see everything you're doing every 2 minutes, right? Like, I'm talking selfies. Even the men, I sometimes think, you know, I don't know. I just mental masturbation. No, it's emotional, huh? I feel like, when you get involved with a narcissistic male, you they see you as like an emotional fleshlight, right? So yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed that with social media, but I feel like when I first got on Facebook or MySpace, it was really just about connecting on a social level with people. And then as the years have gone by, I just keep seeing more and more people because, like on social media or Facebook or even Instagram, my gosh, it's like constant. And I was guilty of this for a little while. And I can tell you that part of the reason I was doing it is because I was seeking validation because I was hurting from being in a relationship with a narcissist. And then finally I woke up one day and I was like, I know who I am. I don't need to prove anything to anybody. And I think that's part of the healing process. Anger, narcissists can have, they can have outward anger and they can have silent rage. Yes, but you know what? Prince Rocky Cat, join my other channel. It's called Crushing the Narcissist, and, I will be giving all of that information to everyone, some of it I read from, a book that I have, and some of it's my experience, and I've been around them my entire life, and, I have to keep myself in check all the time. I don't believe that I'm a narcissist. I went to a counselor because I was so worried. I asked her, I was like, "I think I'm a narcissist," and then we've had a long session. She was like, "No, it's protective mode and all that stuff," and, um, yeah, it's quite an eye-opening thing. I am going through a healing process from whom it's been hurtful. Oh, I know. It can be, and did you get the link? Prince Rocky Cat. Did you see the link for my other channel? Let me see. I can repost it and you can subscribe. My advice to you, if you were to ask me, is to practice the art of forgiveness right now with this person. Um, it doesn't mean forgive and forget, just within yourself. Practice the art of forgiveness. Forgive this. I do this little thing where I have this little thing I will say when I feel like somebody's abusive to me. I don't care if it's the guy at the gas station or someone I'm in line with at the grocery store or a very close, intimate relationship. I always say to God, because I believe in a power greater than myself, and narcissists do not. They believe they are the power greater than everything. Um, Unless, of course, they're pretending. Sometimes they can do that, but I have a tendency to, just say to God, "Please forgive him. He does not know what he's doing. It has nothing to do with me," and that always helps. And let me just make a, thing about selfies. Selfies are not necessarily bad. And, I think it's okay once in a while, but I feel like if we're gonna post selfies and stuff like that, we need to ask ourselves first, check ourselves. Why are we doing that, first of all? What is the purpose for this selfie? Right, if it's just you, if you're female and you're trying to have your boobs out or do all that, like, even if you're not, always ask yourself, "What is the purpose of this picture?" It Most of the time, it's for validation, most of the time, and that's not a necessarily bad thing because when we're hurting and we're lonely and we do have somebody around us who can give us validation, we seek it, but there's something when there's excessive selfies, and there's a lack of balance, right? So let's say every time you post, it's a picture of yourself doing something or being in the camera or something like that. But very few of your posts on social media have to do with like praising the accomplishments of other people or family members or charities that you're involved in. Like, I think the best thing to do is always let others speak for you and speak for your reputation. And if somebody else wants to share a picture of you and put a nice caption, that's great. Um, but I'm not like anti selfie, but I do feel like after a while, I mean, how many times do people really want to see you in a picture? It's like monotonous and people stop wanting to see that. You know, I know for me, I do. I really went off here to think I was going to get off because I wasn't getting any reading requests, but I felt like I really needed to talk about that. Yes, I believe in God. Right. Me too. I like others' picks more than mine. Yeah. Well, some people take really good photos, but I always question. I question myself, why do I want to post this? And then or I question other people like constantly. I don't know. See, because I'm 50, I grew up without social media, right? And even when social media started, it was awesome. I mean, we were on MySpace and then Facebook came in and we were all just connecting with each other like people from high school I haven't seen in forever, and it was great, and then this whole, like, picture when the cell phones when Facebook started and when my space, we didn't have the reverse cameras on our phones. We didn't even really have, I don't even think phones had cameras. We had, like, regular cameras. But even still, it wasn't until those phones came in and people could reverse and take pictures of themselves, then this whole narcissistic thing started. That's just, I don't know. That's my opinion. That's my intuition that what's going on in society today. Everybody wants to be heard. Everybody wants to tweet every little single thing. Everybody wants to be in a selfie or be in a picture, gain approval or gain likes. And you can even see like it's becoming an epidemic in the world. And you know what? God gives you validation. You give yourself validation. You are perfectly awesome without your selfies. You are perfectly awesome and amazing as you are. You don't have to prove anything. When people meet you, let people meet you in real life. Let people see how amazing you are. Yeah, people sit next to each other and text, or they're just taking pictures of themselves. Like, I have a girlfriend that she'll be out in public and she'll take pictures of herself like out in public and you can see people in the background looking at her taking her picture. Like, I would be mortified. I would never take a picture of myself while there were people like in a shopping mall or restaurant behind me. I would just be mortified. Like, I would feel so weird to do that. You know, there's something so magical, like you say, markers, about having real connections with people, like in real life. There's something so wonderful about that, you know? Um, because all the virtual stuff, it's fake. Anybody could be whoever they wanna be and say whatever they wanna say and do whatever they wanna do, and they don't have to be accountable for anything. But when someone's sitting right in front of you, you get to see, you know, their facial expressions. You can see right through the eyes if someone is lying to you or not lying to you or being truthful. Yes. Yes, my mother texts me when she's up in her bedroom, but she's 70, so it's easier for her. But yeah, my kids will do that. It's the same king, like, as somebody so funny, my son will, like he'll call me, like, shout my name from upstairs. He doesn't often do that, but when he has or when someone calls me from the next room, I don't answer them. I wait for them to come and find me and speak to me directly. "If you wanna talk to me, come talk to my face. You wanna because I'm not going to get into a shouting fishwife type of match back and forth with you. If you have something to say, come say it to me. I'm here. I wanna see your face while you're talking to me. You don't have to look me in the eye." Right. Exactly. "Come talk to me." It's so true. But, there's a lot of good information, I'll be posting on that channel, and hopefully people will be able to, because I know, like, sometimes the tarot card readings will come up, and I see so many comments sometimes, "I'm not taking that person back," and blah, 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 and there are people on here who really do need that healing and that, you're struggling, and it's really difficult when you first get away. Went through my divorce, the first 3 years away from my ex was really, really hard because he triangulated, he brought somebody else into the picture, um, the kids were, it was so hard, and, I forgave him, and that's when it all ended. Thank you, Mark. That's when it all ended, and I was as soon as I was over it, and as soon as I was at peace, as soon as I realized that I had no power over this situation or over him or over any of the control or the tactics, that's, of course, when he tried to come back. And when he tried to come back, I didn't know that he was a narcissist. Like, I didn't know something was going on with him. And when he tried to come back, I waited to see what he would do, and it was the same old thing. You just revert back to the old ways. So I said, "No, I'm done. It's not gonna happen." And he immediately went to somebody else. So that's fine. I mean, you have to draw your boundaries at some place in your life. You have to stand up for yourself because you're all that you have, and you have to look yourself in the mirror. You have to go to bed at night with yourself, and you have to go to sleep and be okay with you. Whether you are coming out of an abusive relationship or you've been in an abusive relationship, healing is possible. You will heal, and you will. Exactly, King. Healthy boundaries are very important. Yes, and they're very attractive. When you have healthy boundaries, you attract healthy people. So it starts with us. If our boundaries are out of place or they're not healthy or they're toxic or we don't even have any, anybody can get in. Anyone can just come in. Well, you have to ask yourself why you wanna be with this person. You have to ask yourself, what do you get from this connection? And I don't mean in a superficial way. There's something hidden. When you know, you know. And sometimes it's really just about taking a pause and getting yourself healed. It doesn't mean that forever it's over. Sometimes it's just about taking a break, taking a long break to get your healing in, to figure out what you want, what you need. It's self-care. You attract what energy you put out, absolutely. But you don't want to, like, You don't want to walk around like in a castle with a moat and dragons and alligators all in the water so that nobody can get in. You just have to be selective with who can come into your fortress. That's all. And you have to like give it time. People, just think of like an expensive, rich, gated community. They have borders up. They have, you have to pass through. You have to pass through the security check before you can get in there. Why? Because those are whole high value homes, right? They don't let just anybody in. When you start seeing yourself as a high value person, you're going to have a security check at the gate. And they're going to have to know the password. They're going to have to be able to get in. You don't just give the password out. You got to make them figure it out. They want to be a part. They have to show high value as well, you know? And there's people, I think sometimes we're just in a society where like, oh, it's free for all. Anybody can come in. Let's all share and be happy. Bullshit. Because there's some sick people out there. And there are some thieves that will try to jump your fence. You have to make sure you have healthy protective walls to protect and care for yourself, not to block people out, but to protect and care for your value and your worth. Right? Because the way I always say, the golden apple is at the top of the tree. And that's the most difficult apple. You have to climb that tree to get that apple. It's a lot of work. The rotten apples are at the bottom of the tree and they just fall right off the tree. They're very easy to access for somebody. You have to be that golden apple. If anyone who's worth your time, anyone who sees your value and is worth will make that climb. They'll climb that tree for you. And if someone is of value and high worth to you, you will do the same in return. Anything good does not come easy, ever. Love is protecting another's heart. Yes, it is. Love is a decision. It's not a feeling. Love is a verb. It's an action. It's a decision. That's why the Lover's card in the Tarot deck, it was originally a decision card, and it represents decision. Protect yourself before you wreck yourself. Yeah. Whenever I talk or think about the person, I get synchronicity. I wonder why. Like the time is usually 4:04 or 11:01. I don't know. I used to have synchronicities as well, and I don't pay them any mind anymore. I had synchronicities with the abuser, but I see them. Actually, I even came to realize that I didn't even see them anymore one day. It was, for me, just kind of like this connection that I was trying to hold on to subconsciously, So I was like seeing certain numbers or certain objects, and they would make me think that we were connected, and I had to let those go with the abuser. Angels speak through numbers. Yeah, right. There could be a number message there for you, but it could be, sometimes here's the thing. When you're in a relationship with an abuser or a narcissist, the one thing you have to be careful, the number one thing, you have to take time for yourself because you have to let the fog lift because it's smoke and mirrors. But the number one thing you're going to find out is the person who's done the most damage to you was yourself because you learned to gaslight yourself by what that person did or said to you. You learned to play yourself. You became your own player, right? You learned through being with the narcissist how to be a manipulator and how to be a con person because you had to in order to cope being with them. So you have to remove all of this stuff. You don't have to go through life conning people or manipulating in order to survive or be with these people. You have to pay attention to the fact that you might very well be gaslighting yourself. Right? So you have to get real with yourself first before anything with whomever you're with. And there's some people who are easy to do that and they just see it straight off the bat. And then there's others who They just have maybe like a void or something. They need to justify staying in contact with this person, but that's playing yourself. Self-denial is huge. It's the connection that is synced, like mainly contact. Yeah. So anyway, I think I'm just going to upload the reading now. And I can't remember now what was it about. So I got to put a title caption. I can't remember. But yeah, definitely go over and check out my new channel and check out the February love readings. Oh, you're welcome. And I will see you guys next week. I will be back. Hope everything goes well and you guys have a wonderful, happy Valentine's Day. And if you don't have anyone in your life on Valentine's Day, go out to the store and buy yourself a little Valentine's Day gift or treat yourself, because Valentine's is not just about, it's a love day. So self-care, self-love, nothing wrong with that. Not in a narcissistic way, but do something nice for yourself on this day, please. Whatever it is, whatever you consider good and nice for you, whatever's going to make you happy, right? If you have to spend time also giving love to people who, not to receive it, but doing something nice maybe for the little old lady who lives down the street. Maybe she's lonely, or just one nice thing to do for someone on Valentine's Day. My mom passed away on Valentine's Day 4 years ago. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Are you going to, is there like a grave or something you can visit to go see her on this day? I send you all my love, King. I have a parent that has passed, so I understand that. She's with me all the time. Yep. Oh, yes, she is. You might even get a little something from her on that particular day. No, she lived in the Carolinas. I'm in Utah. Oh, okay. Well, like I said, she's with you in spirit. So happy Valentine's Day. And to everyone else, enjoy your week. And I will see you on my other channel and here next week on Sunday. So I love you guys. Take care. Bye.